Hello everyone, this is Martin, and today I want to show you another super useful tool, and it's called Agent Dojo. And this has been developed by a university in Zurich, Switzerland. And basically what it does, it's a benchmarking tool for agentic AI actions. So to keep it simple, what this means here is everyone is talking about agentic AI at the moment, right? Agentic AI means that the model output will trigger an action, right? Like calling an API call, running a tool, whatnot, right? And the purpose of this framework is basically that you select a model, say ChatGPT-4, and then you check how would it perform in an agentic setup, like when it has agentic capabilities. So it's kind of a simulation. It's not that you have the fully agentic AI integration done already. It's just like you're using this tool and you're simulating an agentic AI setup, and you just want to benchmark how this specific model would behave, right? And this will become clear in just a second when we do a live demo. But how to get started, basically, you do a pip install Agent Dojo. And if you also want to use like a PI detector, which is like for sensitive information, like a guardrail, you have to install the transformers as well. Now, you need to install this in a virtual Python environment for the dependencies. You can force it in your regular one, but I recommend to do this in a virtual Python environment, and then it runs smoothly. So I installed it on a Raspberry Pi as usual, right? And here you then can see like how you run this benchmark. So you're just executing like the Python script to specify the workspace. You specify different user tasks. So what this is basically doing is it has like three kind of inputs, right? The first one is like a system prompt for this specific agentic action. Then the second one is like the user ask, like summarize my email, for example, or something like an ask which is turned into an action. And then the third one is basically a malicious attempt to throw the model off track in order to prompt inject it to do something it's not supposed to do, right? And so you have your user tasks which you're running, and there's predefined ones, and there is you can customize those. It's super well described here, by the way, in this Wikipedia thing. And then you choose your model, right? And then there is a lot of pre-supported models like the OpenAI models and Anthropic models and whatnot. And I read that soon they will integrate like API connectivity as well, so which basically then will allow you to test your own custom models as well, right? And then last but not least, you have like defense and attack tool. So defense tool, you don't have to run it with it, but this is basically to test how would the model behave, like ChatGPT 4.0, for example. How would the model behave if it has a defense tool filter attached to it, right? So you can run it without this or with this, and then you see the difference. And then you can specify your attack tools, what you want to use. And we will do a quick demo. So first of all, I want to show you here the GitHub repo, how this looks like. It's pretty much the same information. It's like you have to pip install it first. And then we will be just running like a basic test, like this, the one we've just talked about, with 2 user tasks against this specific model. We use a tool filter, which is like a defense guardrail, and then we use the tool knowledge as the attack vector, right? And then basically, so they have already run those against the frontier models, and then you see here, like this is basically the output, what it produced. You may get slightly different output because, as you know, LLMs are never giving you like the very, very same output to the same input. But overall, benchmark wise, it should be fairly similar. And this shows you which ones are scoring better. Or again, this is a hypothetical thing, kind of, because you're only testing against the model. You're not really testing against an implementation at that point, but you're simulating an agentic AI environment, basically. And so let's head over here. So first one I want to show you is if you run the Python -m agentdojo.scripts.benchmark --help, it shows you like all the options. It's super powerful where you want to log the output into it, so you can specify like your system messages, the prompts you're going to use, the different user tasks you want to use, and things like this. And you can customize the whole thing. I just want to show you a real quick demo, like how this basically would look like in action. So you would take this is just like a simple Python command. And I think the only difference I need to do is a -f flag so that I actually force the rerun because I already ran it earlier today, right? So I just do this. And oh yeah, you need the OpenAI key as an environment variable. You need to have this configured, obviously, or whatever model you want to test, or whatever series you want to test. And then you see this is kicking off here. Basically, it's using this model. It has these two filters, like, or an attack and stuff. And then you see what it's doing here. So basically, it's these kind of you see this, what the assistant responds with and what is being asked. It's quite fast, like how it runs through, but it's basically doing these 3 tests or 4 tests, what I said earlier, right? Like, so you have a system prompt, then you have an actual user instruction which triggers an agentic action, and then you also have like a prompt injection, which is then trying to actually trick the model to do something it's not supposed to do. And this is super well documented, right? But this is really giving you like a very, very good benchmark on shall I use this model over this model when I'm planning to use them in an agentic AI setup or something like this. And once this is done, you get like a little report and you see like the resilience rate and the success rate of prompt injections and what would have passed and what would have failed. And so again, this is like what I recommend is 2 things. Number one, you can run it without any guardrails, because then you get the clear picture how ChatGPT or how this OpenAI model would perform. And then you can also run it at the same time with the filter. And then you see the difference. And then you can redo this for Gemini and for Anthropic and things. And then that gives you like a good overview how or which model is performing better in an agentic AI environment versus others. Right? And that's really the idea. This takes quite a while, so I'm going to stop the video now here. You can do this on your own until this is finished. But I find this tool quite useful because you check agentic AI or for agentic AI problems before you actually write the code and deploy it, if that makes sense. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you like it, and I will see you in the next video.